Here I have opened a Jupyter notebook and I have named it as print with data types. Let us type something in this. Print 1 plus 2 and we will run this. We will get the output as 3. Same thing if I type in this way, print 1 plus 2. Let us see the output now. See here, the output is whatever is written within the quotes. It means that here the output we are getting as addition of two integers, but here output we are getting as whatever is written in the quotes. It means that when we write something in a quote, it becomes string. This 1 and this 2 are integers, where here 1 plus 2 has become string. So whenever we write something in quote, that becomes string. So there are 3 types of databases in Python. The first one is integer. It is represented by int. The second type of database in Python is float. It is represented by float. The third data type in Python is complex number and it is represented by complex. Integers are whole numbers having no fractional parts. For example, 2 is an integer, 45, minus 13, 0, all are integers. Floats are numbers which have fractional parts. 2.4, 4.5, plus 13.0, minus 13.0, all are floats. Similarly, complex represents a complex number. For example, 2.2 plus 4j, where 2.2 is a real part and 4 is a imaginary part. Now 2.2 can be integer or it can be float. Similarly, in the second example we can see that the imaginary part can also be a float, and it can be like this, where the real part is 0 and we can see complex number can have positive sign or negative sign between the real and imaginary part. Coming to the Python Jupyter notebook, let us take a variable C. C is a variable. Now instead of C, I can write anything here. I can write my name. I can write print. Now if I write print as a variable, then print is a function. So it will not accept this print as a variable, because print means it understands that it has to print something. So I cannot write print here. But if I type some name here, Raj is equal to 6, then this Raj becomes a variable. So let us take C as a variable equal to 6. Let us take another variable D equal to 42. Now there are various mathematical operators that are used in Python. For example, if I use plus operator, then it will give us the addition of 2 digits. I can use minus operator, D minus C, to get the output. I can use star operator or asterisk to get multiplication of two numbers. I can use forward slash operator as a divisor to get division of two numbers. Now if you see here, after we divide, we get the value in float. 7.0 represents float. We can use percent sign for modulus operator. For example, D percent C. The remainder is 0, so we will get 0. For example, if we assign some different value, say x is equal to 77. I run this. Say y equal to 8. I run this, and then we will use modulo operator in this. X modulo y. So we get remainder equal to 5. Now very often we have to use raised to the power function. How do we use raised to the power function in Python? Two asterisks. Single asterisk here means multiplication. 2 asterisk means raised to the power. 2 raised to the power 10. So we should get the output as 1024. Similarly, 2 asterisk 3 is 2 to the power 3 and the output is 8. In the same manner, 2 asterisk 0.5 gives us the square root of 2. So that we can check with 25 asterisk and raised to 0.5. We should get answer as 5. 0.5 can also be written as 1 by 2. So if I write here asterisk 1 by 2, I should get the same answer. Let us check. If you run this, we are getting some different answer because 25 raised to the power 1 and then it is 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So what is the correct way of writing it? The correct way of writing is asterisk into the bracket 1 by 2, and now if you run this, you will get output as 5. In order to find data type in Python, we use the command type and variable. Here we have seen variables like x, y, a, b. No, we have not seen a, b. We have seen c, d. So we'll assign some few variables here. Let p equal to 27. Let q equal to 22.4. Let r equal to 2i plus 3.4j. Now here we are getting an error because complex number is not written the way in which it is written. If I remove this and I type 2 plus 3.4 j and we will try to run this now. So it is giving the output 2 plus 3.54 j. Now if you want to know the data type of p, we will type p and we run. We get the data type of p as integer. Similarly, to get data type of q, we type and q. We get data type as float. To get data type of the complex number r, so for r we have to first assign r to this. So write r equal to 2 plus 4.3, or we will take the same thing, 3.4 j. Let us run this and then I will type in parenthesis r. So it will get for us the data type of r. To find the value of real and imaginary part of the complex number, we have to type r dot real and we run this. real part is 2. In order to get imaginary part, we type r is the variable and imaginary part we will get it as 3.4. We can add integers, floats and complex data type in Python. Let us again define variable m is equal to 2. Let us define variable n equal to 3.4. Let us define p as complex, and that is 2.5 plus 3j. We can add m, which is integer, n, which is float, and we will get m plus n. We will get the output. We can even add the integer and complex. We will do that. M plus p. M is 2. So this 2 is integer and real part, which will be added to this real part. And if you run this, we will get 2 plus 2.5 is 4.5 plus 3j. Similarly, if you want to add float to complex, that can also be done. N plus p. So this 3.4 is a real part, this 2.5 is a real part, which will be added, and we will get 3.4 plus 2.5 is 5.9 plus 3j. This brings us to the end of the tutorial. This is an exercise for you. You have to find the square of following numbers and save it in different variables. For example, assign a as 3, b as 14, and so on. Second question is find the square root of following numbers and save it in different variables. The third question is find the cube root of following numbers and save it in different variables. Last question is to find the cube of following numbers. So let us summarize. In this tutorial, you have learned data types in Python, how to identify data types, how to print data types, and addition of data types. Thank you.